Hello friends, welcome to my Princess Diana channel. Before moving on to the video, if you are not subscribed to my channel, do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, so let's move on to the video. Harry considered Prince William an archenemy for a long time. At the same time, although he was cool towards him and scrupulously conscientiously carried out all his duties and responsibilities in public and did not respond to the insidious intrigues, as a result of which he tried to disgrace him, at the same time taking the bait and trying even there to provoke a scandal, his brother did not refuse from that recorded. In particular, I watched this video to understand how the future king always acted this way, not paying attention to the tricks of his younger brother. So, as one can see from that, before becoming independent, Harry has always been envious. If he had kept in his heart before and had not really been happy with the Prince and Princess of Wales, he has changed now. Meghan's appearance just fueled jealousy, especially when William tells Harry to take time and think of marrying someone when everything goes really quickly. That is why Harry is even more upset with his brother. He goes on to say that they are too racist. Not even leaving the royal family, Harry Crowell Jr. continued to attack the royal family, including attacking with mud his own loved ones. In fact, they provoke Willoughby through all the media, as if they hope that his father will once answer him. In short, he sought pity through his constant whining. However, the fact William never said a bad word or undermined the Sussex couple. That is what many call a feud. But the situation between Prince William and Harry in no way is a feud. First, that one thing that one would have thought there had to be at least two parties to call it a feud. Second, the best way I would describe the situation between them, the other brother and his wife attacked, and that too mercilessly, deliberately and over some years. I bet Prince William will be all over the place when Prince Harry will return to the UK. Of course, the royal family will not trust both Harry and his wife. When trust is lost, it is very hard to regain it from the perpetrator. And I believe Prince William is absolutely disgusted with his brother and his wife. Attacking Princess Catherine in the battle against cancer is just one more nail in the coffin. No one can blame Prince William for cutting ties with his once very close brother. Reconciliation is the issue that many sources have been dealing with lately. A few of them have even referred to the fact of how William and Catherine reconciled themselves to Harry and Meghan. It was even assumed by some that the Prince and Princess of Wales told Harry and Meghan to bring their children along, maybe kind of testing the couple on how far they were ready to reconcile. I don't believe in all this. There is much more that Prince William has to deal with. And now, Harry's not even there. William hasn't done anything wrong. And then, I really don't know why this pressure of Harry's is put on William's head. Harry deserves this. No, William and Catherine are not contacting him. They want nothing to do with them. This is fake news. Unfortunately. And the story was out yesterday. He wants an apology from William. No, Harry is not in a position to demand one. This story arises from the people in California, Harry, and his missus returning next May for the Invictus Games celebrations. He has every right to come back, even if Meghan's return way is near the UK. A dependable source says that Meghan's looking for UK PR experts. She thinks she's going to turn up in the UK and host the Invictus fashion spectacle poo, but she hasn't got a chance. They'll get booed and heckled during, and they'll be driven out of every corner. It was miles worse than the Lat Queen's Jubilee. We've had counterparts. We've had enough of their cruelties and their dissatisfied activities. Denoting she had a few boos in Canada. Possibly, it's different in the UK. There's not going to be a welcome for sure. No, this is imaginary. I don't know how they fact the Prince and Princess of Wales have really called them and asked them to bring their kids. That bloody olive tree is dead, and all of its branches have been destroyed. I am tired of hearing this nonsense. What is in there to forgive the two for William and Catherine? They didn't do anything, the other two grifters have broken down everything. I wouldn't be angry at William or Catherine if they never spoke to the Sussex family again. Why bring a viper into your bosom? And Harry, when's he going to grow up? He's a grown man. He never knew the knock of circumstances or the whip of experience. He runs around as though William's mother hadn't passed away at all. But we all do, until he don't. Get a real job and get on with your life. Harry has never understood what he had. He has always taken it for granted. He is always full of himself. He never understood the role. He tried to guide him, but he walked into the role without his permission and helped so many others with it. Harry was so immature he could not even figure out William was trying to keep him from being himself. But now there is a huge lifelong premonition of His Majesty, hatred of his brother, and possibly of his father, for each other. The book really exposed so much of Harry's heart. Also, it seems the family covered up for him for almost everything. We hear, scholastically, his tours of duty were just kept, his use of drugs and alcohol, and then escapades of carrying on seemed to just embarrass the family's image. I always thought the doings of Harry, William, and Catherine to be the Invictus Games. Prince William has nothing to be sorry about. He tried to help his younger brother who didn't listen. Harry made his choice, and the end of the story. It's got to suck having a brother who is going to stab you in the back in such brutal way. I can't even start with how tired of Harry and Meghan I am. They just won't go away and leave the royal family alone and us. And many don't want just that for his wife and family, huh? Only his one brother, a brother who betrayed him, and oh, gutted Prince William. I don't see William ever making up with Harry and Meghan. Especially after this last fight, Harry and Meghan have been a part of the global takedown of Princess Catherine for character assassination. That just can't be true. Harry and his wife are totally, fundamentally, insincerely, fraudulently, and completely confused. Long before Meghan was a word, he was a severely overtitled bad-tempered mental issue political scandal gutter-cut bad-tempered explosive cocktail and massive substance abuser. He would always have to keep a sharp watch on his brother at the time because his brother really likes getting completely drunk and lying down in German clothes from the mid-century and photographing naked with a third-party country no one had ever heard of next to a set of lady professionals. It is always more difficult than it had to be for everyone around him. It was best that he took a step back and let him stop talking about family. Obviously, he always wanted to come back. She missed out on this. Present, suit, perquisites, and anything else you might want for Saggle. And William needs backup. It's a lot better, but he has a lot of people with his royal feet. He can bring a few more good ones into the puppet until the kits are old enough. William has a loving family. He would have grieved for the loss of a brother he thought he had, but it didn't work out. Life goes on, and especially if you have a sick father, wife, and 3 children. I'm pretty sure William has too much on his schedule to be worried about the dim brother who was constantly stabbing him in the back, so I really don't think it's any attempt of reconciliation from William and Kate. It must be Harry and Meghan's PR team. Harry himself is the biggest traitor, and do you seriously think that William should have been the one who was dealing with it? That's just pure filth. I am sorry for Prince William, and I feel bad for Princess Catherine. The pressure Harry puts on both of them is purest vile. And try to make it sound like a falling out between brothers is heinous. Harry has driven a campaign of violence against his family and the country. Harry is a nobody in England now. I am surprised he's made it this far. I feel like he's thinking about how he got here and how he misses his home country. Well, unless he can just turn away from his own family like Meghan. He literally cannot breathe without the royal family. One of the most telling acts of Harry with respect to his profound, immature jealousy of William is that he never credits the help his brother and other royals gave him in actually setting up and giving value to his charities. At any point, did he mention that Prince William fought the very same hacking charges and then donated the rather large proceeds to Invictus? The polo coverage for Centibale. Where is the gratitude for getting him started, the effort to force him to look like a compassionate human being. It was not his and his wife's glory projects to grift off of. The second son is such a sad fraud of selfishness, which is not a royal attribute. We all know what he did try to warn him, and so did Prince Philip and his friends, not to throw it all away on a wife picked out by pointing a finger at someone on his way to the bathroom. He is mad at all of those people and he continues to rant and backstab in return, which is a child's argument for having to prove that he did not make a big mistake. He might even be angrier because he knows he did. But Prince William has done everything beautifully for decades. He follows every piece of advice from his grandmother, overcautiously, yet never forgets how his grandfather taught him to endure, whatever it is possible. His level of inspection must have been more than most people would stomach, and his grandma-like lack of irritation might restore a semblance of equilibrium. William has not said anything critical of Harry the entire time. Suppose ever he said something. I am sure the Sussexes will indeed be bombarded with criticism, but he does not. The only one time Prince William said something in the royal family UK is that they were not a racist. Impulsive by nature, he was categorically not Harry, never a cause of envy, and the eternal baller seemed like. Now is the time for him to demonstrate the personnel departments of a future king. Indeed, we can trust him, he is brave enough to give Harry the boot. That's it for our video, my friends. I hope you have liked it. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments, and like the video. If you haven't done so yet, if you want to be first to be informed about my content, please subscribe to the channel and make sure you turn on notifications. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of yourself and stay healthy. I'll see you in the next one.